Welcome to Film Files, and this is the movie review of The Artifice Girl. This film didn't receive a widespread release, and not many people have watched it, so I wanted to make this video to talk about it. So maybe I could get a couple of you to watch it. I don't know, maybe. The Artifice Girl is written and directed by Ritch, and he plays one of the three main characters in the film. Actually, it's four main characters, including the AI girl. This film started slow. They took 20 minutes to mention artificial intelligence, and I understand that they needed to take their time to set up the characters. I see Ritch played the main character Gareth in the film, and he wrote and directed it, so he definitely understood his character and played it better than the other two actors on screen. He plays the very scientific, less emotional, more data-driven kind of person, and he definitely plays that role better than the other actors. David Girard plays an FBI officer who's more on the emotional side, and Sandy Nichols plays the wise leader of the pack. I felt like the other two actors didn't quite suit their roles or weren't able to get out of second gear as much as Ritch was. I feel like they didn't understand the tone of the film and understand what was required of them from the performance, and they didn't bring as much as they could have to these roles. There were some issues with the writing that I had towards the second half of the film, where you have the AI girl wanting to be like a regular girl, but I'm not sure why they had to establish the same wants and needs that humans have for the AI, so I wasn't able to connect with that part. But for the most part, I thought it was a decently done attempt at a low-budget indie movie. I was dialed in throughout the course of this film, and the last third of the film is basically just two characters talking. And the dialogue, for the most part, is written quite well because it is engaging. The plot doesn't move along too fast, but that is understandable because you basically write a play and things happen at the pace they need to happen to create a feature-length script. So I understand that. Majority of the issues I had with this film were in the future scene, where Gareth is old and he's having a conversation with a robotic version of the AI. A lot of this was tough for me to digest because they're in the future, but for some reason, most likely budget, they weren't able to simulate a future environment for that room that they were speaking in, as well as the topics they speak about. They didn't actually make many guesses on what the future would be like. Rather, they delve into that character's past at the end of the film, but it would have been more impactful if it had happened in the middle of the film and then we had seen that character play his backstory throughout the course of the rest of the film, which they didn't really do. They talk about his backstory at the end of the film, where by that point we're already almost done with the journey of this character, so we don't have too much left to connect with him, and it kind of loses its purpose in a way. Overall, I think this film is an interesting watch. It is one of the better indie films about AI, and as well as better dramas out there where it doesn't get too much into the individual characters and it's more about their group mission. They do that well. I would definitely recommend people watch this film and support independent art films that are not about specific issues. It is just a sci-fi film that is a drama, and it's reasonably well done. I would give this film 3 out of 5 or maybe 4 out of 5 because of its budgetary constraints. It was a good attempt. I'm looking forward to what Ritch does next and wish him all the best. Guys, do you want to go ahead and hit that like and subscribe buttons right there? I'm sure you can find it. Can you find it? Cool, thank you.